Catching a Wave, Catching a Wave. Catching a Wave is like, I think Catching a Wave is less of a motive as opposed to like a feeling or a state of being, a state of existence, a state of mind. Like when I was making that song, I remember specifically there's this feeling that I wanted to convey of like a spill of emotion or a spill of like sadness, longing, want, but then still have this very like sexy undertone to it. It's essentially a baby making jam for the ages. It's a spiritual state of being. That's what that song for me means, and that's what I really wanted to, that's the sort of mind frame or state that I wanted to transport to the listener. The song more or less expresses a need to be loved, but then like knowing that that sort of love is not really healthy for you or it's not what you need. But at the same time, you can't help it. It's addictive. It keeps pulling you in and pushing you out and pulling you in and pushing you out. I started writing Catching a Wave November of 2016, and I finished it November 2017. I wrote the first part of it in Atlanta. And that was just when it was it was one verse, and that verse was, I'm counting down the days since you and I let go. And then the second part was written in like March when I came to Ghana, and the last part was written at the very end, like the mixing stages. The guy that you always see like playing guitar with me, Eben, and he actually took the sample and fleshed it out, like played different parts of it, and then I took what he did and rearranged it like in the studio with Mike Mills. And as I was doing that, I was changing the verses and rewriting the verses. The order of the way I wrote that song was just off, but then the hook always remained the same from the beginning. Like the first time I wrote the first verse, I wrote the hook with a guy named Ron Saforo, and he came up with Catching a Wave, and I just did the, and we'll be hanging out late night. So yeah, that's how I wrote it. Catching a Wave came out exactly how I wanted it to. Like, you don't understand. That song is like my child, and it's the song that I worked hardest on.
Maybe since the stakes are high, I've got to play you